What's up, my dudes? Just letting you guys know, my friends list on Steam is starting to get close to its limit, but what I did do is I'm starting to try to get my Steam level up to where I get more friends slots or whatever the hell it is. So yeah, I'm going on there and having to deal with those stupid little card systems and badges and all that bull crap, which is like the stupidest system in the history of mankind, but whatever. So you can't just have unlimited friends on Steam, right? You actually have to go in there and level up your account, and then you get every level, you get like 5 new Steam friend slots. So I'm going to try to get it as high as I possibly can. So go add me as soon as you can if you want to be, on my friends list on Steam, because it's going to get to the point where I've got it maxed out and I can't get it any higher friend slot list thing. So either way, my name on Steam is just Spencer Turley, no space, no capital, just like my YouTube channel name, but without the spaces and the 2 capital letters. So go add me up on there. Even to all of my MX Simulator fans, I want to make this a big point here. I'm starting to actually build sort of a community on Steam and Discord and groups and all that, and that's where I go in there and say, hey guys, this is what I'm playing on this track on this server right now. If you want to come hang out, I'm going to be doing special, 125 fund races, video ideas. Like, it's building more of a community than it is anything, so if you're trying to get a part of that, there's a lot of cool people post stuff, new race stuff, new gear, bike skins, stuff like that all the time in Discord and all that. So come be a part of it, man. All you have to do is go add me on Steam. I'll leave my name down in the description below. I'll try to pin a comment, my actual Steam name down there so you can see it perfectly. Either way, here we are with Erode 1000. Just kidding, it's not actually 1000. I'm sort of memeing myself in this video. If you guys don't remember all of the sort of Erode videos that I've made in this game, going in there and doing like, trying to go in there and do Erode 50, and then I would go in there and make a video that was like Erode 100, and then I went in there and made a video that was like Erode 200, right? But newsflash, you can't actually have 1000 Erode in MX Simulator. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty for sure the maximum is 100. But the thing about it is, and what had confused me there back in the day, is the fact that you can go in there and put Erode 1000. You know how you actually go in there on the properties of MX Simulator and you put in how much Erode you want. You can go in there and put whatever the hell number you want to put in there, dog. You could put 69,000, 420,000 Erode, but like any number past 100 is just going to revert it back to 100. So that's sort of where that confusion came from. Now, a lot of you guys are like, haha, Spencer, that's funny, making a Erode 200 video when the maximum is only 100. Good God, I really hope it's 100 at this point, or I'm going to look like an absolute fool. I'm pretty for sure it's just 100 maximum Erode. So it's going to be really interesting trying to see if I can even see it. Like, I know I'm obviously going to be able to see it, but I mean, like, how good am I going to be able to see it? Because specifically, I'm running a lot lower graphical settings, trying to make it to where it doesn't have that weird vibe on YouTube where it causes that snow grain effect, right? You guys probably watched that graphical video I came out with. Well, I'm running those lower graphics, and I usually don't play with these lower graphics, right? So I'm trying to see how different it really affects the Erode and how good you can see it. It's actually making quite the difference just simply in how much of the edge of the ruts I can actually see. When I have my graphics basically maxed out, you can see the edge of where that actual eroded spot is a lot better. But when you have lower graphics, you can't see it as good. I'm sure it runs way better, right? But you just can't see it as good. Therefore, it's truly physically affecting your gameplay. So that's crazy. Like, you think about how much of a disadvantage you have with Erode by just having a shit computer versus a good computer, just visually being able to see it, right? So that's another weird aspect. MX Simulator has never been that kind of game. It's never been that game that has required you to have a beast computer. In fact, it's always been the opposite of that kind of game. So this is just another one of those weird problems with the Erode. Like, if you don't have good graphics, if you don't have your shit pretty much maxed out, you're at some sort of visually disadvantaged to the actual being able to see the Erode and what it's looking like and how it's changing and all that. So, yeah, very weird, man. it's a lot harder to see it. I mean, there's no real other way to explain that, but I just wanted to get on here, kind of goof off, make a funny video, like just the fact of like, it's funny because there's a lot of some of my old school videos where it's like I just didn't really understand what the hell I was doing, didn't understand what video I was making, or like that happens quite frequently with YouTube and stuff like that. You just don't, sometimes you go in there and make a video and you just don't realize it until after the fact. Or like sometimes I'll go in there and make a video and like I won't actually upload that video until 2 or 3 days after I've made it, and there could be certain things that have changed about the situation in between the time that I made the video and I actually uploaded it, but I don't want to go in there and remake the entire video. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of becomes that thing of like, a lot of times I just upload shit, even though I know that like certain things have changed in the timeline of it, but it like some things it makes me look really stupid, even though it's not necessarily the case. It's just I've made that video from a very previous date, right? So you're not realizing like my actual true my current mindset on it, so it can make it a little bit confusing sometimes, but just having some more fun with MX Sim, man. Gonna be getting back into the playing it every day, racing every single night on it. That's really why I want you guys to start adding me on Steam, so that I can have that sort of like any second just click of the button, I can have a full gate of people on any server and any sort of like, fun 125 race, fun. We could get on there and do the little 85 challenge races, or there's just a plethora of different ideas I have for videos where it's like group ideas, and get you guys in Discord so I can talk to you while I'm making the video on it and all that cool stuff. Like if you want to get involved, man, I'm telling you, like it's public fucking service announcement, bro. All you got to do is go add me on Steam and I'll get you in on everything. And if I don't get you in on something, just message me on Steam and I'll get you in on it. Right? So I'm just reminding you guys, man, Steam name is Spencer Turley, no space, no capital. I feel like that's something I haven't, like, wasn't something I shouted out a lot back in the day. There were certain people that had added me on Steam, but you wouldn't think like, oh, if I go add Spencer on Steam, that's going to make him invite me to MX Simulator, because obviously MX Simulator is not even on Steam. But I'm telling you, that's basically where I hang out when I'm online, right? I hang out on Steam, Discord. That's where everyone is. So it's kind of the outlet, the easy, quick access outlet. I can, type anything to everybody really quickly. So that's really where the main hub is. YouTube, you just about have to make a full video to really say something to everybody like that. And then you got to have views on it. And then, it kind of becomes a different thing. But that's like a quick, if I'm just wanting to hop on there, invite a bunch of people to do some random thing, I can do that so easily on Steam. But it's got that stupid system where you can't just have an unlimited friends list. It's like, oh, hey, you got to go in here and pay more money for these badges and these little cards so that you level up your Steam account, so that then you get this higher friends list that we should have gave you to begin with, but we just want to suck some more money out of you, dog. It's like, God dang it. Like, really? I don't know why they do that. They could so easily have a max friends list thing on Steam, but they just don't. But I'm going to get my friends list like way up in the 800, 900s, right? I think I have like 200 and something friends right now, so it's getting close to the original max friends list thing, but I will be getting in there and trying to level up my Steam account to the absolute peak. I don't know what the maximum level is. I know you can get it up in the hundreds for sure. So basically, I'm just going to have to go in there and spend like $200 or $300 to get my Steam account maxed out so I can have my friends list maxed out for Steam. But I wonder if you get to the maximum Steam level, does that open up like an unlimited friends list? That's what it should do. Once you get to the absolute peak maximum, whatever it is, like Steam level 100 or 200, it should give you maximum friends list. That would be so cool if it did that, because then I would never have to worry again about not having enough friend slots for random fans that want to add me up on Steam. So, but either way, getting to the Erode on the track, I was kind of trying to run a couple laps right there before I start talking about it, so I could really then go in here and talk about it once I have it super eroded. This is actually, it's kind of weird, but fun to go back to older tracks like this and just play around. That's where I get the most enjoyment out of Erode in this game, is playing around with it. Like, that's really where Spencer Turley has his most fun with the road. It's just goofing off, going there, like putting it way too high and just just screwing around with it, man. Like, I get more fun out of it like that than I do trying to actually competitively race on it, you know, at its current state. And let me not turn this into a Erode sucks video or whatever. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying, like, I haven't even played with Erode since, hell, the last time I pro raced with the Erode. Like, no joke, dude. It's been, you know, the last pro race I did, that's the last time I rode with the Erode. I just get on there on the Elsinore servers, ride with no Erode, or I'll get on there on a custom track and ride with no Erode. It's just a different animal, you know, that pre-made track design versus a road design. I have a little gnat on my screen that looks bizarre. Now it's flying in my mouth. Oh, shit. Oh, wow, that's not good. Never a good thing. Okay, so yeah, I'm basically just like chill riding right here, doing a little live MX Sim video. Don't do a whole lot of these. It'd be cool to get back into live streaming as well. I know I've talked about that here and there and say, oh, I'm going to do it, and then never do it, and then fuck around. And like, I'm going to have a lot more time to do that shit basically because my summer farming job is coming to an end. It does that about every October, so I'm able to really grind and go full blast on YouTube. And yeah, eventually I want to get back into doing the live stream stuff a bit more. I think there is definitely a place for it. I just got to figure out how to do it properly on YouTube where it will save the live stream. Like, I got to figure out if I want to just not save the live stream and then upload highlight clips of it, or if I just want to save the entire live stream, or how the hell I want to do that. Because if I just save the entire live stream, then it's going to be at a lower quality because it's a lot harder to live stream in 1080 full-blown 60 FPS. You know, it puts some hogging down on your PC when you're doing that. So I'm going to have to figure out a bit of a system. Because, see, basically, like with YouTube live streaming, you live stream, but then it turns into a YouTube video after you're done live streaming it, kind of, sort of, because people can go back and watch that, right? So, whereas, like with Twitch, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, it does kind of sort of save your live streams after you do them, but I think after a certain amount of time, they disappear, or they just totally go away, which I cannot believe that. Like, I would never do. That's one biggest reason why I haven't live streamed in the past and didn't like start on Twitch and all that. It's simply because I just love the fact that I can go back from videos that are like 3 to 4 years old and still go back and watch them. Is that not insane? Like, I can still go back through all of my old YouTube content and watch every single bit of it. And to some of you newer fans that I have, I know I got a lot more new fans right about the time I got to that 5,000-6,000 sub mark that haven't watched a lot of my old school shit. There's a lot of prime stuff on there, dude. Like, all of my old custom track stuff's in a playlist on my front page. That's the easiest way to find the main stuff, is going through my playlist. And that's just, all you got to do is click on my YouTube channel and it'll take you to that. And it's just like multiple different playlists down through there. All my custom tracks are on a playlist. All my wide open videos where I'm on a 125 never letting off, and some occasions different bikes. And that's a really cool series that I did. I got some other stuff like Rut Tester, where I'm going in there testing a road and stuff like that. I am going to do a lot of playlist management. So this video right here is just kind of turned into me randomly talking here. But so yeah, I do have a lot of playlist management that's going to be happening here pretty soon, where I go in there and like certain stuff, certain playlists don't. It's like they're not the exact name of the playlist, but they fit into the playlist, almost like how, you know, I have a Rut Tester playlist, but a lot of my MX Simulator videos, I don't call it Rut Tester, I just call it like Erode 50 on this track, or Erode 100 on that track, you know, so, but that still fits in with Rut Tester, right? So there's certain occasions where it kind of, different videos can fit in multiple different playlists, even though they may not be titled that exact thing. So either way, we got to rut it up pretty hardcore here, bro. Whoa, Betsy. Backflip. Oh, yes. That was so cool. I did not think I was going to have the speed to hit that main triple. I like barely gassed it off of that. That's probably one of the biggest backflips I've ever done, man. That's one thing that I haven't really tried to do a lot in this game, is like big, long front flips and back flips. Gotcha. A big, long front flips and back flips. I usually do a lot of, like, shorter ones where I'll just, like, go up to the face of the jump and kind of hold the throttle wide open and dump the clutch. That's how I do a lot of my back flips, and then, obviously, front flips the same way. But there's a lot of people that do, like, 100, 200-foot back flips and front flips. I have done them before. I did them on my old school canyon track that I made back in the day. I was able to do back flips and front flips over that. It's just a little tricky. That one's a lot easier because you have plenty of space to get it rotated without having to try too hard. But like it's kind of difficult to like backflip over an 80-foot triple in this game, or front flip over an 80-foot triple. You got to have a lot more technique to do that than you do like doing a real short, quick like Pastrana backflip or a super huge jump backflip. How you backflip over a really big jump is you just hit it and start leaning back, and even though it takes you a long time to get it all the way rotated, you got plenty of air time to do it in, But those 80-foot like triples on a supercross track, I find that to be really difficult to backflip and front flip on. So, but I'm figuring out different stuff every day on this game. So, yeah, I'm still having so much fun with MX Sim, man. Like, I can quit playing this game for 5 days, and I get back on it, and it feels like I've almost never even played the game before. Whatever, like the game looks weird. It almost looks like whenever, like the first time I've ever played MX Simulator again, right? Like if you'll just take a little break from it, if you're one of those kind of people that plays this game every day, if you'll go in there and kind of quit playing it for like 5 or 6 days and you go back to it, it's almost like your skill gap is totally like some sort of reverse back to zero. It's insane. Like I say skill gap, I meant your, the skill that you have at the game. It's almost like, it's just like how in real life when you're riding dirt bikes, let's just say you're riding a real dirt bike every single day, you almost get this like a customization to it where your mind gets used to the speed feeling and how fast you go, and you just get used to it. You get comfortable. But if you don't ride in real life for a couple months and you try to get back on the bike, that first day back on the bike, it feels like you're riding on some alien spaceship. You're like, what the hell is this, man? You just feel weird. It just feels like out of place, feels like you're riding a dirt bike for the first time again, right? And MX Simulator can give you those same sort of vibes. So it's just so funny how that's a thing like that. I just can't believe that it gives you that feeling, that really fun feeling of like, oh my gosh, it's just hard to even hit one jump on the track, and that like true speed feeling and just that real feel like you're on a real dirt bike. That feeling will, you'll kind of lose that at a certain point when you play the game so much, but you will get it back if you stop playing the game. That's what's so cool about MX Simulator is it's got this system of you have to play the game a lot, and you got to stay sharp on it, or you will lose your skill level, just like a real dirt bike. You can lose what you have on MX Simulator. Definitely. You can lose your sharpness, lose the ability to play the game at a high skill level. All that is definitely a big thing to MX Simulator, is playing it consistently. So either way, man, yeah, I just got to screwing around on one of these old 14 tracks. I love 2014. It's just so much fun, some of the rhythms you can hit and stuff. But yeah, it is totally jacked this puppy up without a doubt. I just kind of have my brain in this autopilot run about like 69% speed here, and I'll be all good. That's basically what I'm doing, like not hitting any massive lines. Might be able to quad that. I was just kind of doing the standard like double out of the corner now instead of triple out of the corner. You can hit this line where you get up on the table. That was kind of cool. Yeah, it's created multiple lines in that corner. That's interesting. It's kind of got like an inside, middle, and almost outside line there too. Let's see. But yeah, it's creating quite a bit of those, that kind of kicker, really changing the jump face on the track. So that's interesting. But yeah, this is the maximum erode that you can have in the game. So I don't know if JLV will ever actually expand upon that. He might one day. I'm not 100% sure. Oh my God, how am I still on the bike? I don't know. That double right there is hellacious. If you, if you're trying to actually hit it up the inside, you're not really going to be able to do it. Same way with this triple. Basically impossible to hit up the inside. So yeah, man, god dang, 15 laps in this mother trucker. We about ran a friggin' main event. Did run a 250 main event here. This is about all she's going to do, though, as far as a road on this track. I feel like it just about smooth itself back out at this point. Start getting a little bit easier to ride on, but you can definitely get down the ruts. But wouldn't it be interesting if JLV like made it to where you literally could put Erode 1000 and you just dug like a super trench on the track as soon as you took off? That'd be so funny if you could actually do that. Let me run a lap in third person here. I don't think I can even do this, but I wanted to try to get a thumbnail because you can't go back in there and play the demo unless you're with Erode on. It won't actually recognize the Erode. It'll act like there's no Erode on the track on the demos. JLV, please get on that. Unless you're on an actual online server with Erode, right? So if I like went back and played back this demo, it would act like I never even had Erode on. Even if I went 15 laps deep, it would act like there was no Erode at all. So it makes it basically impossible to get like a thumbnail where I'm like, you know, third person kind of panned out and looking from the front of the bike or the side of the bike while I have the Erode there so you can actually see it. So it's like, oh, I'm actually riding with Erode on in MX Simulator. So basically, that's what I'm doing right here. I want to go back in there and do some more third-person riding videos, which is always fun for everybody to watch. Spencer Turley riding in third person. Oh, I'm so much better than him in third person. Yeah, for sure. You got me. It's just such a... Like, I'm seriously, at my skill level of this game, if you compare me to everyone else at my skill level or above, I'm probably have the least amount of third-person riding experience than any of those guys. I guarantee you I do, man. Like, seriously, though. You know, if you put together all the pros in the game, I literally probably have the least amount of third-person riding of any of those guys. I probably, no joke, I probably have like maybe 2 to 3 hours of third-person riding in this game, like actual gameplay. Maybe 4 or 5, maybe. Like, it's nothing like... I mean, seriously, if you took a like normal pro that rides in third person on like his normal practice day or whatever, he probably puts more time in on one day than I have my entire career in MX Simulator as far as riding in third person. You know, he's putting more time than I have in my entire time of playing the game in third person. So I have such little experience with it, and that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. It's just so confusing. Like I try to think of it like it's in first person while I'm riding in third person, but it doesn't really work. And so it's like this confusing thing of like I'm so good at first person but so bad at third person, but I just don't care. Like I don't care that much about third person in this game. It's kind of like I don't care about third person in like a Call of Duty game or PUBG. And I know a lot of people play PUBG in third person, but I just don't, like, I feel like there's certain games that are meant for first person and certain games that are meant for third person. And MX Simulator to me is just one of those games that I feel like is meant for first person. It's whatever, man, if you play in third person. Like, you're you know, allowed to do what you want to do, but I'm just giving my opinion here, man. Like, I just don't feel like you're getting the full experience out of the game if you play it in third person. I just don't feel like you're really getting the full, real feel dirt bike effect to it. There's just no way that you could playing it in third person. There's absolutely no way you could get the true real dirt bike feel in the game like that without seeing that front fender like you do in real life. There's no way that you could do that. So either way, man, that's a Erode 1000, aka 100. So appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.